Battlefield 2042 put out quite an extensive blog this week outlining several questions that were asked about the game so far, and to just, of course, flesh out a little bit more beyond the trailer that they had, or trailers, I should say, that they had shown off thus far. As we are approaching the next, I think it's the 22nd. I think it's a week from, of course, it's a Thursday, because, you know, it's never not a Thursday. When they show off more. But most interesting of this whole blog post was the talk about the crossplay functionality. Because when we talked about this last, and the concept of the older consoles only having like a max of 64 players on the map versus the newer ones getting basically double that in the PC, of course. The question arose, well, how does all of that interact if, you know, you're cutting the player base in half and spreading it across all these different generations of consoles? So the crossplay thing exists, but crossplay will be basically generational, it seems. So Xbox One, PS4, crossplay enabled there. They can play amongst themselves, add, the player base can be expanded that way. And then new generation consoles, crossplay, and also with the PC, because that's they're all capable of the same thing, with crossplay there. So that's sensibly what most people would have likely guessed to be the case, and that is in fact what is going down in that regard. And also of note, they'll be backfilling servers with AI opponents to ensure that the big teamfight action stays constant, with real players having priority over the AI players. So this is like an instance where we talked about this. The trade-off when players ask for bigger and bigger lobbies, and they're like, "Man, we had like X number of players in like 2004. Why can't we possibly have like all these players?" And like, the answer is, even with a massive player base, you're still going to have instances where servers are not going to be able to be even close to capacity for like a certain lobby, or not a server, but a lobby. So if you ask for, I want a lobby with 512 players, well, I'm sure they could fucking pull that off on PC, but the problem is you'd need to be able to consistently have that lobby be full of almost its maximum capacity to fill the map that they've built for 512 players, for it to not feel like dead game where you're just running around the map and not seeing anyone. So they're solving that very same issue, even with the sizes of the lobbies that they have in this one, with backfilling it with some AI. And then, of course, players that are looking for matches and stuff will take priority and fill those AI slots as time rolls on. And so that's just sensible. I think it's good because, again, for Battlefield, like they're mentioning, it is a different flow of game where you can hop into the game at any given time because points are being taken and the battle really shifts around the map quite a bit, and you don't want dead air. Like, Battlefield has to feel like a battlefield at all times. When you're playing Battlefield, shit's exploding constantly.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind downtime. Like, I don't need this.
Well, do you really want to be like running through like what was desolate like not long ago, and now there's not a single bullet, there's no action anywhere, you're just kind of like running through because there's not enough players in the lobby?
Well, like, I mean, that sounds like it's their problem.
Well, that's their solution to their problem. Because Titanfall 2 did the same thing, and they had a way smaller lobby than 128 players.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This doesn't add to my confidence for Battlefield. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, this isn't a Realm Royale where, there's literally no players, but at the same time, let's be real here. Let's be real. Give this game 2 weeks, man, and the player base is going to drop. Give it 1 month, it's going to drop. It's going to drop bad. And, what is left? It's going to be probably 75% AI and 25% real players.
Jesus, that is a grim outlook. You're okay. So a month in, we're going 25% players in a lobby, 75% AI.
Judging for how poorly the last Battlefields have done, yes. Yes. I'm going by what has happened in the last couple of Battlefields, and they weren't good. They were not well received. People did not play that game. It died quickly. And it'll be even worse is if people get in there and they feel like they're getting their kill streaks and their fucking KDAs off bots, and it ain't gonna feel good. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be boring. And what this sounds like, this sounds like they're biting off more than they can chew. And what they should do is, if they were really that worried, is they should, depending on how many players are in the game, they should close the map. They should squeeze it in. So if 300 players get in, make the map a little bit smaller. Start that sort of the circle like you do in battle royales. Big numbers isn't going to feel great if you feel like you're just playing campaign online. For me anyway, I don't foresee this going well for them. If trying to fill such a big lobby is such a big problem, make the lobby smaller. Make them smaller. Well, I mean, I don't go online to play against bots. I just don't.
Oh, I don't think anyone does.
Well, they're going to in Battlefield.
So, well, I mean, their options are limited. I mean, it's kind of like, even if you were to go and look at PUBG, for example. I mean, PUBG has bots now. And PUBG is still one of the bigger multiplayer games on the market right now, even though most people will scream dead game because it's not number one on Twitch anymore, and that's like everyone's standard for what is isn't a live game.
It's big on mobile.
It's still big on PC. There's still a huge player base on PC.
It's dead game, man. It's a dead game that's making a ton of money. That nobody.
So what's the kind of what is dead game? How many concurrent players on a game before it's considered a dead game?
I don't think it's necessarily concurrent. I think it's relevancy.
Well, I think those two go mildly hand in hand, don't you think?
Mildly, yes, but I mean at the same time, look at Hearthstone. Is it really considered a dead game? It's still sort of there. It's got relevancy to a degree, and the viewership is not great. Hasn't been for a long time, unless there's very special events. You look at something like Overwatch. Overwatch is sort of the same thing. Like, is it a dead game? It's like kind of teetering to be dead. Where's PUBG?
I consider for me, before I start calling a game a dead game, is if, let's use Overwatch as an example, because I didn't play it all that long ago, is that Overwatch's problem is that you're waiting nearly 15 minutes to get into a match sometimes. That's a dead game. Like, if you're waiting and that's ultimately the problem that any online multiplayer game that doesn't have anything other than online multiplayer will run into, is that no matter how good the game is, eventually it's going to hit a point where you're going to take longer and longer to queue. If you're using a queue system.
Think about the queue for Battlefield.
And that's what. So like, we'll know when it comes out just how well it holds up. But I mean, like, so PUBG's queue can be bad, but it's not 15 fucking minutes. Overwatch bad.
I mean, StarCraft dead game, but not. It's still relevant. I can queue up and get a game within a minute.
So I don't think that means I think that means it's not a dead game. I think that means it's pretty active. If you can play, but
it's one-on-one.
If you get so it's easier for them at that point to do that. You can have less players, but that still makes it not dead. It just doesn't make it dead just because it's one-on-one.
I think more of what I'm more of saying in terms of dead game is relevancy on Twitch.
Twitch relevancy is what Twitch relevancy. I mean, for God's sake, Final Fantasy 14, like we just talked about, spent the majority of its life on row like 18. On the channel, and now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, up out of the blue, Asmongold pushes it to number 3 on the list to do some raids.
It's temporary.
A decade in.
We'll see what happens.
But that's what I mean. But that's what I mean about Twitch relevancy. Is that like you could be the king shit, and then all of a sudden you disappear, and then you can come back, and then you can disappear.
Kinda not.
The only games that I know of that have maintained Twitch relevancy for long-tailed Twitch relevancy that hasn't seen them completely drop off the map is League of Legends, IRL, League of Legends, Dota, CS:GO is very much in its own pocket towards the top. Obviously, RP, once it blew up on Twitch here in the last 2 years, has held long enough that I would say that it's found its own pocket.
RuneScape still there, doing its thing.
Yeah, but that's not. But RuneScape isn't like popping the top 5 rows. And like
No,
it's got like
page,
10 it's
like
it's 10,000 concurrent usually for RuneScape, so like a lot of games can fall into that pocket too, but it's just got long-term success as a video game. But if you look at the number of people playing some of these games, Twitch relevancy is not always the marker. I mean, there are lots of games that are still quite popular that aren't popular on Twitch just because they're not fun to watch. Like Path of Exile is a fucking enormous game. There's tons and tons of people playing that shit.
Quite a few streamers play it too.
They do, but the numbers
bigger
aren't.
than RuneScape.
But the numbers aren't fucking huge.
I think it's bigger
And
than
then
RuneScape.
there's also Path of Exile, like the other one from that's similar to Path of Exile, fucking fuck.
Yeah, like Path of Exile right now is 172,000 viewers.
Did I just really mention Path of Exile the one day that it's got 100,000 fucking people watching?
172,000.
That's like the fucking greatest caster fucking curse of all time, because Path of Exile hasn't had 172,000 people in an age.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, I mean,
Is
PUBG
it, wait, 172,000. Wait, what?
yeah.
All right,
Yes.
hold on. Let me sort this by not recommended. High to low.
PUBG is still there. I mean,
What the fuck is Path of Exile 172,000?
PUBG is still there, man. But like, PUBG is.
What is going? Oh, Path of Exile themselves, like their own account, is streaming something. What is this?
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh,
even
it's an
outside
announcement. Okay, all right. Well, all right. That makes me feel a little bit less fucking stupid, but all the same. So
Well, yeah,
like,
no, I
so
mean,
games that are like that are technically big but aren't like enormous on Twitch. I mean, Jesus.
There's
I mean,
not a lot of them. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot. There's not.
Sea of Thieves
Like,
is
that's
only
the-
pops
that's-
off if you got like a couple of like
When someone
the
plays
mainers.
it, you know, someone fucking plays it, or you
Then
know,
it's-
another
then
big
it's way
streamer
up the
plays it,
list.
and then
Otherwise, it's kind of
there. You know,
whatever.
that's like one of those purgatory games, like Sea of Thieves.
But
And,
Sea
and
of Thieves is a
Overwatch and-
monstrous game, like in terms of player base.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not talking about that. I mean, PUBG is a massive fan base. I mean, there are a lot of people that play PUBG, but I'm talking
Yes.
about in the realm of Twitch relevancy.
Yes, yeah. So what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be relevant on Twitch for it to not be like if it's not relevant on Twitch. What I'm saying is I don't automatically call it a dead game, and a lot of people immediately just
Dude, let's keep it
Point it.
real, bro. Let's just keep it 100 here. Battlefield is not Call of Duty. All right? So, when that game
No.
dies on Twitch, that game dies around the world. Period. It just does. Period. So let's not even sit here and pretend that that's not the case. It's 100% the case. Especially a paid for game that isn't free to play. That shit dies the moment it dies when your favorite streamers and YouTubers aren't pumping out content for it. It's dead. It'll be a dead game. That game will not last more than 6 months of relevancy. Period. It won't. People won't even think about that game in 6 months. You know what they will think about? They'll think about Call of Duty. They will go back and play Call of Duty. Because that's, right now, Battlefield is going to act as the game that people buy and play because they're tired of playing Call of Duty. And then when they go over there and they realize that the game is filled with bots and that their favorite streamers aren't playing it anymore, and then they've got 1 or 2 friends that stop playing it because they want to go back on COD, that's when they go as well. And they're going to be gone. And the game will die. It won't be like PUBG or Path of Exile or Overwatch or anything like that, where there's these millions of players that are enjoying the game on a regular basis daily and thinking that this game is worthy and that there's some sort of cult following of Battlefield. That shit dies in 6 months. And my thing is, with AI, the shit's dead in a month. It's over. It's over. That game's going to have to come out and suck the nutsack of every gamer so hard and cradle the balls like a Sax underwear and just do things that we have never seen before in order for this to last more than 3 months. Like, that is best case scenario for Battlefield. This is not a long-term play for Battlefield. This is, let's make a fuck ton of money right now while we sell this game, and then we'll put it on sale in a month or 2 months when this game is dog shit, and we'll sell some more, and then we're going to move on to the next Battlefield project. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it. I'm Miss Cleo. The game will be dead. Twitch relevancy, and when it dies on Twitch, it dies. It's dead. It's over. It ain't COD. This ain't Halo. And even Halo.
Halo's not Halo,
even
bro.
Halo.
Halo's
even
not even Halo. Halo's got...
Even Halo.
You know what, dude? Halo gonna die before Battlefield does.
I don't think so. I think this new Halo is going to have way more longevity than Battlefield.
You want to know why the new Halo's probably gonna die first? Because it's free to play and it's gonna be full of fucking hackers, and the moment that people get their hands on Halo with hackers...
Come on, it's gonna happen with Battlefield, man. It's gonna happen with Battlefield. It's gonna
be way less. You know
right?
why? Because you have to pay for Battlefield. You don't have to pay $80.
Oh, it will be.
Play Halo.
It will be.
Halo is going to be hacked into the fucking dirt.
Yep, but it will last longer than Battlefield by far, bro. I actually can see Halo lasting about a full year of relevancy if it's a good game. Halo will turn into what Apex is today.
Well, the thing is that Halo's last couple of games, if we're going to say Battlefield's last couple of games were shit, because they were, Halo's last couple of games were shit.
Yeah, but they weren't free to play. They weren't completely cross-playable and bringing it back to the whole, like, the old school Halo stuff. And let's be real, man. The people are desperate for the old Halo. I mean, when they announced Halo 2, Halo 3 remakes or whatever, and that little fucking collector's thing, everybody got excited, and people have short-term memory loss, so they're going to go into this, and if it can scratch, and I will say this Halo, I've been a Halo hater on this podcast for like 2 years.
I think Halo looks like it's going to be great. I think the hackers are just going to fuck it right up.
Oh yeah, they're gonna try, and they will succeed to a degree for sure. I think a lot of people are gonna play this game. They're gonna love it, and then they're gonna start complaining about hacking, and then it'll take a big step back. Then they'll fix it. Then it'll get hacked again, and it'll be like that. It's like that in almost every shooter. Apex went through the exact same thing, and I think ultimately
Apex is still dealing with hackers.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's gonna be no different for Halo. So
you know what this is for both of these games. They're both coming out more or less the same time. It's in the same window, within a month of each other, more or less. If Halo makes its release, I still am not. I still don't think it's going to make its release.
No.
From the Twitch side, in terms of which is going to get its support, who's going to back it. I think the reasoning why both of these do really well on day one is pretty similar. And it's because every streamer wants to run as fast as possible away from Call of Duty. Every streamer that I turned on here just in the last couple of days of being stuck on the couch watching Warzone players, professional or otherwise, every one of them legitimately want to off themselves. They all fucking hate Warzone. And I can't blame them. It is a immensely broken, subpar video game that has carried the fucking genre because of the fact that it has the Call of Duty name. And that's more or less
that's what it's been like for all. Everybody gets this way with every single godforsaken Call of Duty game.
But listen. So it's It's like that with like standard Call of Duty multiplayer, but the standard Call of Duty multiplayer is still fine. It runs well. You're not crashing every 5 fucking seconds. It's not the shit show that is Warzone. Warzone is its own spaghetti-coated fuck show, all on its own fucking island, and it's also the one that most people play because they get their battle royale experience that everyone, for whatever reason, is still fucking pining after all this time.
It's because it's what's relevant. I mean, you know, a Call of Duty games are like what's a good analogy I can use here? Call of Duty games is like going on vacation. You get a new Call of Duty game.
It's an interesting start to this analogy. All right.
You get a new Call of Duty game and you're like, you know what? It's vacation time. Shit, some people even take vacation when a Call of Duty game comes out. They're like, fuck, man, I'm taking a week off.
I get a prestige.
I'm going taking a long weekend. But let's keep with the analogy. It's like a vacation. So say, for example, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Dominican Republic. It's winter time here in Canada. It's fucking minus 15 degrees Celsius. I'm going out where it's plus 28 Celsius, and I'm going there. I'm pumped. All right, go Call of Duty. I go to the airport. I'm jazzed. I got my tickets. I land in Dominican Republic, and I'm like, oh, there it is. It's the Call of Duty. I'm jazzed. It's amazing. You go to the resort. You sit down. You check in. Call of Duty. You boot it up. You install it. Go in. You make your little fucking character thing with the gun you want and the scopes and shit, and you're like, oh, this looks so cool. You go out there and you enjoy. You go to the beach. You go to the pool. You relax. Shit, you have a drink in the pool. You can do that now. It's like an upgrade they did. You're sitting there in the game, and you're enjoying your multiplayer. You're doing a little bit of battle royale here. You're doing some old school multiplayer there. Shit, you might even dabble into campaign if it's available in that version. Everything's great. It's exciting. First day on vacation is like, oh man, it's so nice to be back in some weather. It's beautiful. Yeah, sure, it was cloudy for like 2 hours of the day, but I can deal with cloud. You know? Yeah, I had to deal with some cucks on the online. I can deal with a couple of cucks. Next day rolls around. Now you've had some time to acclimate. You're waking up, and now you're going to the all-you-can-eat buffet, and you realize very quickly when you wake up that it is bland food. And you tell yourself, well, it is Dominican Republic. We're not in Canada anymore, and their ingredients and stuff are just not as good as what I have it. Same with Call of Duty. You're like, you know what? These maps aren't really, they're not cutting it, but you know what? I like sunshine, and it's not Canada, so I'm still okay. I'm still enjoying myself here. I can let these couple of things slide. Day 3 comes. Now, day 3 isn't a very important day because day 3, you're fully acclimated. The sunshine now doesn't really. You wake up and you're not like, oh, it's a beautiful day outside, because you already know it's going to be pretty fucking nice. You're in Dominican Republic, so you don't really care about the sun anymore. But now it's cloudy for like 6 of the hours with a chance of rain, and you really want to book an excursion and you don't want to go when it's raining. So you decide, you know what, maybe we'll do it tomorrow, the next day. We're still here for 3 more days. It's okay. So now you're playing your Call of Duty. It's day 3. And you know you got to go back to work in a couple of days, and you've realized that now you've spent the last 3 days playing Call of Duty, or now you're on your 3rd day and you haven't showered in a little while. You know, yeah, you've gone up quite a bit of levels. Things are great. You've now unlocked a lot of things, and you just get the full scope of the game now. You're like, there's no hidden surprises. Now you see it for what it is. And it's okay. It's nice. It wasn't as nice as it was 2 days ago when you first got there and it was all new and fresh. But you're like, you know what? I'm still having a good time. I'm on vacation, baby. I mean, how bad could it be? I'm not at work. I'm at home playing video games. Hey, I'm in the Dominican, just chilling right now. So you go through the day, and by the end of day 3, now you're tired, man. You're tired. That 3 days of bland food is starting to get to you. You're a little constipated. You know, you've got burns on your shoulders because you forgot to apply enough sunscreen. You know, make the analogy, you know, you're playing the game and you've just dealt with so many assholes now, camping cucks. You played the same map for 8 hours straight. And although it's like, okay, I'm getting my Call of Duty, and I had a few great games where I was like 20 kills and 3 deaths. I'm feeling like I'm God, you know? I had a few of those moments. It's nice. It's great. But it's starting to get to you a little bit. It's been a long 3 days. And it ain't home. But it's vacations. It's okay. We move on to day 4 now of this 7-day vacation. Now, day 4 and
Are we going through all 7 days in this analogy? Because this shit is...
Hey, listen, man. If I can listen to you go on,
no, I just want to make sure we know how long this analogy is going to be.
Hey, I might just take us to 7 days. I haven't decided yet.
I got a problem.
I was to say, hey, day 4 and day 5 are very similar.
Okay.
To day 3.
All right. Okay.
All right. Day 4 and day 5 are very similar to day 3. Almost identical, but now it's been 3 days of the same. So now what used to really feel good now kind of feels a little bit more of a chore. Now it's starting to feel like, okay, man, it's so fucking hot. It's like, man, this buffet just hasn't changed in 4 fucking days. The nightly entertainment is so bland and bad that, like, I'm just opting to not go there. All right. I just want to play the game a little bit, and, you know, and now it's starting to creep up in your mind. I'm ready to go home. This is where day 6 happens. Day 6 is a very important day. Day 6 is the day that you start counting down the hours in which you can go home. You start checking your phone and your emails, and you told yourself, I am not working while I'm on vacation. I'm not doing it. But now you're just not having a great time. You're over it. You've experienced the vacation now. You're ready to go home. So you start looking at the emails. You start answering the emails. Shit, you start paying the lobby $10 an hour USD to get okay Wi-Fi so that you can actually check your email. And then you start watching streamers on vacation. What am I doing? Meanwhile, you're playing Call of Duty. It's day 6. You start asking yourself, why am I even playing this fucking game? It's the same as the last one. What has really changed? It's fucking dog shit. This is literally the last game, except worse. With better kill streaks, maybe. Feels better when you shoot somebody. I don't know what they did there, but they did something. Feels better. It still doesn't feel great. I'm over it. I want to go home. I want to go back to work now. Actually, I don't want to go back to work, but I don't want to do this. I want to go play a different game. Day 7 of the vacation comes. All right? Your bags were packed. Day 6. You don't have to pack. You're ready to go the fuck home. And now you're salty because you know you're going to have to do 11 hours of travel, and you're going to be like 3 hours behind, and you got to go back to work. Call of Duty, day 7. You're over it. I'm done. This is fucking dumb. My boys and my gals that play this game, they stopped on day 5. They're already over it. But I lasted to day 7 because I'm committed, because I'm damn good at this game, and I got a point to prove. Day 7 comes, it's over. Now, instead of playing the game, you turn it on for an hour in the morning, you play 2 games, and you shut it the fuck off. And you go fuck off. You go travel back home. And then you're over it. Call of Duty is essentially that. Call of Duty is like a vacation. Now, it might have been 7 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. For layman's terms, in terms of the shelf life of Call of Duty, it usually lasts about 6 months to a year, most, because you got to basically play that one. So once you get to 6 months, you're over it. And you know what Call of Duty does? They announce another game because they know these motherfuckers can only handle this game for like 1 year, and then we need to go get another one. And if the game is doing okay, like it's doing well, maybe we can stretch it to 2 years. Maybe. If we're onto something here. That's what Call of Duty is. Battlefield and Halo, they aren't that. So when these games do bad, it's over. Because what the Call of Duty people can say is, you know what? I had my run. It was okay until it wasn't. Now it's bad. And now they know, like an iPhone, there's going to be another one, and they're going to start the process over again. And what they love the game so much. They love the idea of their game so much that they're willing to go on that vacation again. And they get excited for it. And then when they go on it, proceed down from day 1 through day 5 or day 7. That's your Call of Duty experience. It's like going on vacation.
So, I like the analogy.
Thank you.
I'm going to modify it just a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I'm going to call Call of Duty home.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And then I'm going to call every other first-person shooter that comes out that allows you to escape home the Vacation to the Dominican Republic. And then file everything else that you just said into that. Because everyone's trying to escape Call of Duty, but it's also home. It's the one that does just enough right, and it feels so familiar because they've been doing it since 2005.
Yep.
That's the default. They've got it ingrained so deeply in every fucking 18 or 16 to 35-year-old's mind that Call of Duty is the default, that it represents home. It's where you go back to after you've gone away. And so many people, some people have gotten to the point now where they're going to the Dominican partially for the vacation, but they've also had a little talk with a significant other that said, hey, honey, now, I know we've been in the Dominican a couple times, really enjoy ourselves, but hear me out. Maybe we can actually just stay here now. Maybe we can, the cost of living here, way lower. And we're living in paradise, right? It's possible. Yeah, we might get tired of it, but maybe we don't go home after this. I'll telecommute. I'll just stay here now. I think there's a lot of people that are now 5 Dominican vacations deep, looking to escape home and stay somewhere. And right now, the two that everyone's talking about are Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite.
I got an even better one, Adam. I'm going to modify what you said just a little bit.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Home is home. Every other game is the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, okay.
But instead of going to the Dominican Republic and making it your new home, such as a Halo or any other game.
Okay.
Like the Thirsty Cougars, like the 90-Day Fiancés, you go there to find love, to bring home to you. And you bring a piece of that place into your home.
Okay.
So that you don't have to change scenery.
Okay.
But you have a new lover.
Okay.
And sometimes that lover leaves the house, goes to work. Sometimes you have to do a little deceit.
Where's this going?
And sometimes you need to dip your dong back in Call of Duty just to try it out, to see if it's changed.
Is Call of Duty like an old ex that you just like occasionally go back to remember what the sex was like?
Just like that, like an ex. She texts you. She hits you on, she slides in your DM. She's like, hey, I've been thinking about you. And you realize that the piece that you brought home from the Dominican is out working hard because they're appreciative of actually being in first world country. And they're working hard. That's what they do, man. They bust their ass. They bust their ass. And they out there busting their ass for your household. But then you realize, you know what? Sometimes I got to go and stick my dick in crazy. And that's Call of Duty. And then you realize that you made a mistake.
The number one rule in life is what, Jeff?
Never stick your dick in crazy. You realize you made a mistake. Your good dick comes home. And you never tell your good dick that you went on the other side there because you're going to lose a good thing. You just never do it again until the next one comes out, till the next DM slides in. That's what I'm going to add.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Call of Duty, the abusive ex that had great sex, but you never stick your dick in crazy, but you do it anyway.
Yep.
You know it's a bad idea. You know you're risking several diseases to do it, but you do it anyway.
And you raw dog it. You don't even use protection.
Nothing.
Like you're just so excited.
Nothing.
And you know it's so wrong, but you just like, oh, you just go in. You just go in, and then you got an itch at the end, and you're like, fuck, why did I stick my dick in crazy? You go to the doctors, they say, hey, it's just fine. You get a yeast infection. It's okay. Put some cream on it. You'll be all right. You're like, yes! Yes! I dodged a bullet. I'll never do it again.
Wait a minute. Does that mean the Battlefield 2042 is the Canestin of
it is
this?
The Canestin. It is the Canestin. It's the cream.
It's the cream to get rid of the Call of Duty clap?
Itch. Yes, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. And unfortunately, that is not going to be powerful enough for this yeast infection. This shit is, that'll get rid of symptoms for 30 days. After 30 days,
it's coming back.
You become immune.
Okay, so wait, no. So Call of Duty is actually giving you herpes.
Yeah, you could say that.
Because you can only get rid of it for so long, but then
it comes back.
It comes back.
It comes back.
I'm having a COD flare up. Sorry.
It's a little flare up.
I gotta get my prescription.
That's what that is, man. That's what that is. So anyway, there it is, man. That's enough Battlefield. Godspeed when it gets here. Godspeed.